Hi, my name is Danny Parkins and I'm an ambassador for Guideline UK, and I'm going to take 5 minutes out to talk you through the setup of Pike Fly Fishing tackle. Everything from rod, reel, how you attach your leaders, and maybe some little nifty tips like what net to carry and whatnot. So hope you find this beneficial. I know not all of you fish for pike, and it is a side of the sport that is massively growing and an awful lot of fun when you get it right, and it can be quite confusing. So we'll start it off is our hardware. So what I have here is our Guideline LPX Coastal, and this is a 9-foot 10 weight paired with a Voso 911. Now you can go down a slightly smaller size reel. I wouldn't go any larger. This is perfectly balanced for the 10 weight combo, chucking big flies. This time of year I'm chucking poppers and very large streamers to get the pike's attention before it gets too hot, early mornings and evening. I couple this time of year with a floating line. This is one of the Guideline Predator specific lines. Again, weight forward in a 10 weight. Lots of backing on the reel. These reels have immense drag, so they're perfect for targeting these large fish. Although pike aren't going to run you 100 yards of line, it's always handy to be able to utilize a drag on a good reel. So on the end of our fly lines, all of our predator specific lines, you have a pre-made welded loop, which is perfect for attaching your leaders, and we'll go into the leader side now. So how I set it up, obviously everyone varies how they set their gear up. This is personally how I do it. There are other options, obviously. I like to start off with, obviously, from your fly line, you have your welded loop. Now I use a fluorocarbon leader which sits between my main fly line and my wire leader. Now this can be anywhere from 3 foot, I mean you could go as far as 10 foot. I personally like to use sort of 4 to 5 foot. I find that more manageable. I wouldn't go below 20-25 pound breaking strain in that fluorocarbon, and I wouldn't go any further really than 35-40 pound. I tend to use 30 or 40 pound fluoro. And once you have sort of 4 to 5 foot personally, you need to tie a perfection loop on each end, and there's lots of information online on how to tie that. So you have a perfection loop each end. Now this simply loops to loop to the fly line, so I shall show you that now. So you thread your loop through, get the tag end, thread it back through that loop, pull it through nice and neat, flip the tag end over so it forms a figure of 8, and then cinch that down nice and tight. Now on this end of the fluorocarbon is where I would attach my wire leader. Now again, there's various different types of leaders you can go. You can use tieable wire like AFW, or you can use 7-strand, and I use titanium. There's also single strand titanium. I use 7-strand titanium, and I have, as you'll see here, I have it crimped on one end, and on the other end I have a size 3 fast attach, and that enables me to click on flies on and off, and it's exactly the same principles we just spoke about. So you have your loop, 2 loops, and we do exactly the same. So loop through, so the trace through the hole, get the end of your trace, put it back through the loop, pull through, and then flip. The important bit is you flip that loop over. You have to flip that loop over. Again, it forms a nice little figure of 8. Just slightly pull that tight, and there you go. So that's fast attach, wire leader, all the way through fluorocarbon through to your fly line, and that is simply it. That is how you attach your leader, and that's all you need. You can tie your leaders or crimp your leaders anywhere from sort of 12 inches to 15 inches. Any longer I don't feel is appropriate, and any shorter than 12 inches really, you're dicing really, because a big pike will engulf an entire fly, and you don't want, when they crocodile roll, you don't want your fluorocarbon wrapping around and catching on their teeth. So when you have sort of 12 to 15 inches of wire, it enables you to wrap that around. Fly choice, nice big streamers, and with your fast attach loop, you can can simply just clip them on, and they just swizzles it around and it's on, and that isn't going anywhere. You just periodically check that throughout the day. If you see any wears and tear or deforming of the shape, obviously change your trace. And that pretty much is your pike flying setup. Couple that with a 9 or a 10 weight. In my case, this time of year I fish a 10 weight with your fly, and you're ready to go out pike fishing. A few other little tips that I would say is really important for me personally, and I wouldn't leave home without: line tray. As you can see around me, there's grass everywhere and snags, and there's nothing more annoying than standing on your line. Not only can you damage your line, it just keeps it out of your feet. There's nothing more frustrating than losing it in your head when you're in a tangle at your feet when there's a fish in front of you. It can cost you the fish. Other than that, there's a nice big predator specific pike net. You can pick these up anywhere. These are generally lure fishing nets, rubber coated, large mess, knotless, perfect for getting hooks out. They don't tangle, and they're kinder on the fish in the long run. And then any predator fly fisherman won't leave home without his box of goodies. Nice selection of pike flies, whether it be surface poppers or streamers, tailed baits or just straight streamers. Can't leave home without them. And that's pretty much my basic setup for pike fly fishing. You're more than welcome to ask me any questions. We offer up quite a few combos for pike fishing, whether it be the elevation in a 9-foot 9 weight or the LPX coastal, which you can get that in a 10 weight, which is a phenomenal rod for this sort of fishing. I hope that helps. If you have any questions at all, please do come and ask us on the page, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and I'm off fishing. Cheers.